All right. State of the education system in the U.S. is a hot topic. So should it be completely thrown out? In the Coachella Valley, would you consider unschooling? It's the next big trend. Unschooling, you say? What exactly is unschooling? One, you keep your kids at home. Two, you throw out a conventional curriculum. Three, you let the kids decide what they want to learn. Four, they live with you the rest of your life because they can't get a job. Or that's what some people think will be the outcome. Okay. Should we let our kids take the learning lead here and set their own curriculum?
Absolutely not. And I think why people are bringing their kids home is because of these weird curriculums showing up in our schools. And I think most people who are homeschooling are going back to reading, writing, and arithmetic. There's a place for it. You can't go on and be an engineer if you don't take math. You can't go on to do 90% of the work out there if you don't know how to write a letter or spell or do many other things that we all learned how to do. This is the absolute worst woke ideology I've ever heard of. You know, kids aren't going to do something they don't feel like doing. That's why there's school. That's why there's reasons, there's curriculum. I think it's schools getting away from the old curriculum, which is what is sending parents to the house. But this is absurd.
Well, and I think that at times the kids say, school's too hard. School's too hard.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a different generation. I think it's a different time. You know, we all raise our kids at the period of time when they're kids. And from when I grew up to the way it is now, and I'm sure the way it is now for you, it's very different. It's very, very different. And the fundamentals, reading, writing, arithmetic, you say they matter. How much do they matter now? It's like I couldn't do math to save my life. And I used to tell the teacher, I'll never need it in my life. And he goes, yes, you will, and you'll need it, and you'll know why. Okay, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a scientist. And by the way, I can do everything on my phone. So why did I need to learn anything more about math than just how to add, subtract, and divide?
Because education teaches you other things. It's like going to college isn't necessarily about the topic you're trying to learn. It's going to class, it's setting structure, it's learning how to use a library or research tools now. It's teaching you discipline, it's teaching you to look outside of what you might think is the parameters of what you're trying to figure out. And you need discipline. It's like training dogs. You can't train a dog without discipline. You can't train children without some discipline because, yes, if it were up to me, I don't want to do a lot of things day to day. As a business owner, there's a lot of stuff I hate doing, but someone has to do it. And I learned how to do this by going to school and having great instructors who taught me discipline and how to plot from A to Z and how to get there. And without that, we're going to be living in a lawless society, which will basically take us back to the dark ages. I don't understand why any of this is a topic.